Small failures in a system like this can be really bad. So you have to live by certain rules so you don't mess stuff up. For example, if you're filling up these things with water for the chickens, you're using water from a tank that's up here. It's not a very big tank, and if you leave this hose down, we'll lose all the water that's in that tank. Okay? So you need to stay here. That's a rule you need to follow for yourself and for everybody, is to stay here when you have water flowing. Also when you're making tea, you don't leave because it's easy to get distracted and forget that you're making something. So stay with an oven the entire time it's on. Stay with water the entire time that the tap is open, because now this got left down here. I did it. I got distracted and something happened here in the chicken coop. So I left this hose down. All the water in that tank flowed out, so I lost water. Now I have to go over to another tank far away, run a hose over here with a siphon to fill these up again. Or I carry water in here with 5-gallon buckets from fairly far away as well. Now, obviously there's systemic things that can be done to make that better, but it's really important in any case to not lose the resource. So we can fix it, but it is a dry season and I just lost water because I was distracted. I have this rule, it's a funny rule in the Bosque, don't touch anything. I love that rule because it's funny. We're going to have our feet touch the ground. We're going to touch things. We have to do things. The real rule is don't touch anything without knowing the effect it will have. That's the expanded rule. Don't touch anything is the short, funny one. So there's a lot of details surrounding that. And so I'll explain to you the don't touch anything rule. It's be conscious of the effect that you're having. Even if you move a chair, which happens, put it back. If you don't put it back, that means somebody has to follow you around all the time, and you're touching and moving things and damaging systems, and somebody has to follow you around and clean up after you, like you're a child. Somebody objected to me calling that a childish behavior, and they said that children they know are actually very aware because they're learning and they're really on it. They're conscious. They're trying really hard, whereas a lot of adults from the industrial world are so used to having everything work, you know, and every energy be free that they just use lots of energy and don't think about it. They don't care. So I shouldn't insult the children by saying that they're like unconscious adults. Let's look at the extremeness of the rule, don't touch anything. It even does apply to your feet. In fact, that's the most basic thing you do is all the time you're walking around. You need to be conscious about where you're walking and why you're walking there. This is very important. We need to stay on trails so we protect the soil so we don't compact it. You go to a lot of places and all the soil is totally compacted because people have walked around and their feet are like weapons against the earth, destroying the plant life, destroying the mushroom life. And we also don't want to walk on little plants. There's places we've planted where there are no trails, and if we're out there harvesting something or doing something, we have to learn how to be in that space without damaging it. So these are important rules. This is a very clear example where I messed up. I left a hose down. I let myself get distracted. I wasn't focused right. And I know what's going on. It's not an issue of being dumb or not. It's a matter of where you're putting your attention. And in this space, you actually have to study how things work. This is part of cultural design. This is part of the whole experiment here, is being very conscious, not in a pseudo-spiritual kind of fuzzy way, but actually really conscious of what is the effect of our actions on the system and everything around us. Hi, chickens. They're little cuties. Hi, cuties. Yeah, well, anyway, some food for thought as we design a better life. Good luck.